Well, hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
I'm Michael Mandel, and finally we put the month that we're shooting this in.
March.
March. Oh, is that? I thought that was two different concepts. Bataan death
And March. Yes.
Yes, it's that show.
Yes.
And we're here with wine. I wasn't here for making all this stuff. Health benefits. Resveratrol.
Yes.
Yes, is in wine. Unfortunately, we are forced to drink wine to get our resveratrol, which is very good for your cholesterol.
It is good for cholesterol and other functions within the body. It's good for your blood. You can also get it in grape juice.
You could, but who wants to?
Right. If it's been,
Grape juice is really bad.
No, grape juice is fine, but if it's been pasteurized, it's going to kill some of that resveratrol. It's better to get it in wine, I feel.
But according to last week or 2 weeks ago, you said that all California wines have some residue of Roundup in the wine. And what I asked you before the show, where were you guys before the show? We were right here. I don't know where you were. But when you talk about residue, what are those things?
It's the active ingredient of Roundup.
Which is what?
If you want to know what that ingredient is, Michael, I'll get back with you next week.
I'm going to wait here until you do.
If you're going to spring these questions on me like this, cold without research.
You don't need facts. You could be like Kellyanne Conway.
Yes,
what do you need facts for? That just screws up all the things you want to say.
I'd be happy to give you an artificial fact, but then that's called a fiction.
You already did. You told me you made up a drug that it was in here.
That's a quarter.
So I guess we'll do the test. What we're going to do is red wine, just because it's March.
Right, and if it does have Roundup residue, at least we won't grow weeds. Do we want to
try the one we think is best first, or the one we don't think is best first?
Let's try the worst one first. What do you think?
Cheers.
Which is this one?
And this one is what, Mark?
This is called Looking Glass brand of Merlot, which I got at Walgreens on sale.
And it's comes out of Modesto, but
yes,
generic things like this can come from anywhere. The grapes could come from anywhere, and then they put it all together in Looking Glass. And Looking Glass could be a company that just buys grapes.
You never know with these, Looking Glass. I don't know if they have their own vineyard or not, but let's taste it. It's not bad. You've had worse.
Yeah.
Now, while that's not a ringing endorsement.
No, I mean, it's pleasant enough, really. I mean, if you were at an art gallery opening, you'd be happy to get this. This is a little better, cut better than art gallery opening wine. It doesn't have, you can't say it's got a bad flavor because it's a very subtle flavor. I believe the flavor is of grapes.
Grapes. Yes,
cherries?
It's not bad, and for the price, Michael, it was on sale for $2.99.
You can't buy water for $2.99.
Pretty much.
You might as well drink wine. It's got just, an underlayer of tannin. Mm-hmm. There's a slight, I think, of vanilla or a little warm cinnamony flavor at the bottom. Either that or just ate something cinnamon.
Of course, they claim it's got bold flavors of black cherry and mixed berry, complicated by spicy oak notes.
Oh, I think it just got a splinter. It's those oak notes. Not bad, though.
For the price, you can't go wrong.
I'm sorry.
You're drinking the wrong one. It's all red.
Yeah, that was really good.
It gets better as you drink it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, let's move on. Yes, as we mentioned, a lot of good health benefits to drinking red wine. If a little bit of it's good for you, I guess a lot of it great for you.
Yes, it doesn't matter how much wine you drink because you pee it all out and you just keep the resveratrol in your blood.
It's true. It builds up
and you just get better.
It's cumulative. Now, fireworks sales in the county are an ongoing thing in certain places, but not in other places.
In the county, yes, because different towns could make restrictions.
Right. Plus, twice a year you can set up a fireworks stand, and that's all you sell are fireworks. You can do that approaching the 4th of July and approaching New Year's Eve. But then they have to close down the day after those holidays. But
I don't want to see fireworks all year long.
If you sell a store that has other things besides fireworks, then you can have them year round. Like Boland's Reading Indian out on the highway.
Or Boland's anything.
Yes, or there's another place down south near Anthony. They have year-round fireworks sales because they sell other things as well. So, Walmart could sell fireworks if they so chose.
All the time. But you know what? It's great to get a bunch of product in. You pay very little when you get a large amount, and you don't have to have it in storage. One of the things that's bad about having stuff that has to be stored, especially fireworks, it can be dangerous, I would guess, in your house or wherever you're going to keep it.
Keep away from open flame.
You get a bunch of things, and then you get rid of them because everybody's in the mood to buy them at that certain time. And that's where you make some good profit. Apparently, Boland's does pretty good. They gave, did you read this thing about them giving some contributions to Councilor Solis?
County commissioners, yes.
Yes, $2,500. You know, people give things. I give I give money to people who are on certain councils and boards.
How about the
Not
homeless?
that much.
Not that much?
Whenever the homeless get on a board, and it depends on what their politics are, I will give them money.
Like a surfing homeless guy.
Yeah. Those politics. That
yes.
kind of board.
But it seems kind of ironic to me that you can buy guns and ammo in more places in Doña County than you can buy fireworks right now.
That's a good observation.
That is true.
I got to admit, that's really good. Yeah, you could buy guns. Well, guns.
Fireworks are more restricted than guns.
Right, but you can't use fireworks for protection or killing you a wabbit.
No,
you can't kill yourself a wabbit with a.
And when you buy fireworks, you don't have to show your driver's license to do so.
Well, you probably have to prove you're 21.
And there's no waiting period for
21?
bottle rockets.
No.
No, you don't have to be 21.
Unless there's a line in the store. I don't mind them taking away restrictions to buy fireworks. The only trouble with fireworks in this area, obviously, is forest fires.
Well, yeah, so range
not
fires,
even forest fires.
grass fires, any fire, house
Goes
fires.
on somebody's roof. Finger fires, people knock off
Blow
their
fingers off.
If you just have a bunch
That's
of
the risky take, you know.
Well, if you just have a bunch of fireworks around the house and you have an ornery kid, you're going to keep the neighbors up at all times of night.
Oh, as a kid, remember the little lady fingers?
I never had fireworks where I came from.
They're like, well, you know what a firecracker is.
Yeah.
Well, a lady finger was a miniature firecracker.
I also know what a lady finger is.
We just, not the kind you eat.
Oh.
We'd light them and hold them in our hands. But it was great laughs.
For the other guy?
Yeah, right. Yes. And, well, speaking of guns and ammo, you know, New Mexico has...
Good, I'm just glad you changed this stuff.
New Mexico has been trying to, some people in the legislature, including the governor, have been trying to get New Mexico back on the death penalty carousel.
Oh, is that your guns and ammo sales thing? How you're tying that into fireworks? I'm just looking at our screen, at our list.
It's good to study.
You did that.
And so anyway, you know, certain people up in Santa Fe want us to get back the death penalty. We had it years ago, and they got rid of it.
How many years ago? It was a lot of hard work to campaign to get the death penalty off. I used to have students who would write about, you know, the death penalty and how it's good because you get the scum off the streets, and why should you support them for,
Is that what jails are
for 20 years? Yeah, but why should you pay for them to live for 20 years? Turns out it was cheaper to pay for them for 20 to 40 years than to go through all the legal hurdles you have to do. On the other hand, with recent, well, not so recent, the last 10 years, evidence that many people on death row were actually innocent.
That's true.
And you find that out. Some people are let go after 20 years. You've
DNA proves that they were not the one who committed the murder or the rape, the crime.
And they find new evidence and stuff like that. So keep them.
Then it really gets expensive because they sue the community that falsely accused them.
And you're gone.
And they get millions more dollars. But yes, when they're convicted to go and receive the death penalty, they get an automatic appeal. And that can take years.
Yes, and you're not using the starter attorneys, you're using the tried and true attorneys who are expensive.
Right.
Think about if you were accused wrongly of killing somebody, or even rightly, and you didn't want to die. Or maybe you did want to die. If you did want to die, just commit suicide. That topic's coming up. But if it were you wrongfully accused of killing somebody, that would make you feel bad. I feel bad, especially if they're going to kill you for something you didn't do. You can make up for something if you're still hanging out in jail and they let you go. I mean, you're not going to be thrilled that you lost 20 years of your life. That's a partial death penalty because you're losing parts of your life.
And in most unpleasant circumstances as well.
Yes.
But so anyway, apparently New Mexico did not let the bill for the death penalty get any further than committee because New Mexico realized it could not afford the death penalty.
The states that have the death penalty have had recent problems with the kind of poison that they're throwing in their veins, people don't die immediately. If that happens, that you don't die immediately, you are guilty of cruel and unusual punishment.
And that's something I've never understood, Michael, because
you're killing them and they die.
Well, I don't see why they have a problem of not dying when they give them the injection, because veterinarians kill a lot of animals and they die instantly. Why don't they use the same stuff that veterinarians use to euthanize an animal?
Because dogs and cats are smaller.
What about horses?
They go quicker.
Horses, boom, they're gone.
Are they?
Yes.
That probably just stops their heart.
Well,
what we do is try to pacify and make them senseless when their heart goes, because apparently if your heart goes, you're in pain as if it were a heart attack, right?
And you can't breathe, and choking, gasping.
And it looks bad on video. That's why.
Off with their heads.
That's an easy way to do it, but there's a lot of cleanup. You don't want to do all that cleanup. That's pretty disgusting. That was the French Revolution, mostly is famous for that.
Well, you know, when a lot of people die, there's a lot of cleanup anyway, if you know what I mean.
Yes, even that way. Well, but you don't give them the last meal.
No, they have to have it.
Well,
now,
I'd give them Cal.
But
I would kill them right there.
I know someone who I bet is in favor of the death penalty.
Is it that guy?
Steve Pierce. Our state representative.
He might be in favor of that. He might not be in favor of abortion, because that he'd think is a death penalty. But if he's in favor of the other death penalty, it's not a death penalty if you haven't been born because you're not really alive.
Well, he's not really in favor of right to life because he's for the death penalty.
Yeah.
He's in favor of the right to birth.
That's it.
But not taking care of the life of the child once it's born to nobody who wants it.
It's actually using women to produce cannon fodder. I mean, you could die, but we'd rather have you die fighting for us in Iraq.
In a useless war. Anyway, Steve Pierce will be having a town hall meeting today.
Oh, yes. Don't forget to make that. It's 11 o'clock.
Farm and Ranch Museum right now.
Yeah. So you can go see Steve Pierce. I'm guessing that it will be pre-packed with a lot of RNC people, but I'm guessing, knowing the activism of this part of the county or state,
yes,
there should be a
lots
lot of
Democrats and
protesters.
independents.
People asking questions that might be embarrassing.
It'd be better if they not go there not to protest, but go there to honestly ask questions of our congressman.
Have you ever written to him or given him notes? I have. You pretty much get the same thing down, which is his standard speech.
Well, Michael, I was a senior staffer in a campaign with a candidate who was running against Steve Pierce.
So we had experience with Steve Pierce?
Meetings with him where we had debates with Steve Pierce.
Well, he's been representative for quite a long time, hasn't he?
He has been.
And mostly due to the Texas side of New Mexico. We do have a Texas side. It's called the East Side.
Yeah, so they're on the Panhandle
area.
area.
A little bit more Republican.
Yes, he's on the eastern end, in the Hobbs area. But he has a gerrymandered district.
And he didn't show up for his, he's supposed to have a play thing at his headquarters. He wasn't there. We were all there waiting for him.
The staff ran out the back door and locked the doors.
Nor the staff locked the doors and said, we'll take people on the list. Nobody knew there was a list.
Oh.
So that didn't work out too.
Hey, well, you're lucky that the owner of the property, George Rawson, didn't show up and try to throw you off the property.
George Rawson didn't show up, but one of his workers did. They were very polite. I must admit, they were really polite, and just said, please, we're not going to arrest you, but we will send the cops. So if you just get off, so everybody stood at the sidewalk right there, sure. and that was okay. I think people have to show what they feel about anything going on at all times, even if we get shot by a bunch of machine guns. In the newspaper today, there was an editorial talking about, why do you people bother to voice your opinion and go out and demonstrate? Well, there's a reason, because we do have a voice, and we want people to compromise a little bit with everybody, not just get one way for everything.
Well, yeah, that was Bayad's call. I mean, he made it sound as if only Democrats ever demonstrate against the opposition.
Well, sure, the Tea Party was a big demonstrator when all through the Obama administration. I think I'm hearing static, so I think it's time for us to take a break.
It is, and we'll be back after these words.
Or pictures, or whatever.
Me friends, I found a crock of gold. Celebrate with a corned beef and cabbage dinner, a live Irish band, and lots of fun to behold.
Join us for an authentic Irish celebration fundraiser at the Las Cruces de Noche Lions Club and Community Center. Music by Irish party band The Hooligans. Saturday, March 18th, enjoy a corned beef and cabbage dinner and show with entertainer Frankie Davis. 2 shows, 4 to 6 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. All proceeds benefit the Wounded Warrior Project and the needs of the citizens of Las Cruces. Saturday, March 18th, 2 dinner shows to select from. Tickets are only $25 each for dinner and show. This is one celebration dinner you don't want to miss.
I'll be there, don't you know?
Hi, I'm Cheryl Burke, and I have a confession to make. I have a serious crush on my workout. Hip, fun, and always a challenge. Jazzercise is the total package. It's the only workout that I've ever truly loved. Does it show? That's because I'm in the best shape of my life. What a difference Jazzercise makes. When's the last time your workout swept you off your feet? Find a class near you at jazzercise.com.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate, Fiesta Motors, but buying a car is always a celebration.
Welcome back to Double Talk. We're tasting red wines in today's show. We've tasted this Merlot once already.
Which is called Looking Glass.
Looking Glass, it's not bad for the price.
There's also a Sea Glass. Sea Glass, you know, there's a bunch of companies that with names like Chloe is one. There's others that just go out and buy classic
wines
and put their label on. And
label
they all have a certain price point. That's
Right.
their point.
Like grocery store wines, jug wines.
Yeah. This is Michael David, which is my name, but it's by 2 guys called Michael David.
Michael David.
Michael and David. And they do things like Freak Show, and they have, you can always see, this one is pretty exciting because it's 7 Deadly Zins, with a big Z. And they always try to do fun, artistic labels. And it's Zinfandel from Lodi. Lodi is the best for Zinfandel, by the way. You should always, just as it's good to get Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough County in New Zealand, Lodi has pretty much a good standard, best place to do Zin.
Well, let's prove it.
Let's see. Let's click again.
Blink. Okay. It's nice.
Wow, this is tasty. This is,
and it's quite superior to this wine, I'll say that.
and the way it is it doesn't matter what flavor it is, because wines have a lot of flavors. We just give them names to make it accessible. But the quality of the flavor and the depth of it, how long it lasts on your tongue.
Yeah, this just has more there, you know, when it comes to wine.
I always like how you describe red wines. Would you say the famous quote that you always have? I drink that.
I would, and I will.
You did. And in a pinch, I would drink the other one too. But,
sure. Hey, but given a choice,
this is a heavier wine. You know, it makes it, if you eat,
just be good
if
with
you
a
drink
meal.
it with food.
How much is that bottle of that wine, Michael?
I'm not sure, probably 12 to 15 bucks.
Okay, well, that's
and
what,
you can get it almost anywhere.
That's what a Francis Coppola wine costs, pretty much, starting at.
That's that same group of wines, and very often you can get these in restaurants for twice as much. Of course, but you know,
yes.
that's the pleasure of having somebody else wash the dishes. It's worth it to pay twice as much for somebody to wash these glasses.
It is. Well, you know, New Mexico has quite a wine industry going on. It's getting better and better.
And also a waiter industry.
And it puts a lot of people to work.
Yes.
Still.
As does serving wine. I'm sorry to keep breaking in.
And still, New Mexico has the worst unemployment record in the country.
You know why?
Why?
Oh, I don't know.
There's not enough jobs, that's why.
Well, what do jobs come from? Other people paying you to do stuff. The most jobs come from when you have a factory-like operation. In Las Cruces, since we don't make anything, because we don't have any, it's not like we have minerals, it's not like we have, the only thing we have that we can produce here is farm crops. Therefore, farming is a big thing.
Farming is our
then
product.
farm production as well as
And military.
shipping.
Yes.
Military. We are trying to get a film industry here, but money will probably be taken away from that too as life goes on.
Right. There's just more people who don't have jobs.
We recently, we will soon be losing all the Sitel jobs. That's 600
Right.
jobs in a town
Right.
as big as ours. That's like a percent of the population.
Right.
Wow.
We tend to lose these places more often than we get these places.
That would make us but we are number one now.
And
We are number
We're
one
number
in
one in something.
unemployment. We have, if you want to come here for your unemployment, and we also have a lot of retired people. Not that they are considered unemployed.
Well, they're retired and they're so
They're not unemployed. Yes. So.
at least they pay sales tax while they're here.
Well, let's see. Oh, Steve Pierce, we just talked about. He has nothing to do with us.
So the
being
right to
unemployed.
die
Yes.
is something that unemployed people might need to do, or at least feel like it.
Right.
If they're out of hope.
The only way you can do that
They're out of
legally,
health.
the only way you have a right to die or commit suicide is by killing somebody else, getting arrested, and getting a death sentence,
Or-
which we don't have here.
Well, one thing
And that takes 20 years.
one thing here the police are happy to oblige you with is suicide by cop.
Oh, that's true. One way to commit suicide in Las Cruces or in New Mexico is get yourself a sword or a knife,
Wave it
and
around.
wave it around, and walk or stumble toward a cop.
And they will do you the pleasure of taking you out.
Yes, they may say stop, but if the word stop doesn't translate to your language, they will stop you.
Or all you have to do is shout out so the neighbors can hear you that you are barricading yourself in your house, as if that was a crime in the first place.
You've tried this before, haven't you?
And then
You've
they'll
tried
send a
this?
SWAT team and they'll shoot you at the earliest opportunity.
You have to tell them you have a prisoner or something.
Oh,
Do you have to tell
I'm
that?
armed and I'm dangerous.
And I have my
You'll
girlfriend here.
You'll never take me alive, cops.
Yes. So you could do that. That's a way to commit suicide.
Yeah. The cop-
So the right to die, a number of states
yeah.
in America have the right to die, certainly in the Northwest.
You mean like Kevorkian?
Yes, and you're
Or
allowed
just-
to take medicine. You know, it's funny, the right to die, the drug that the doctor gives you kills you pleasantly. Not that I'm talking from experience.
Why can't they
Why
give the
can't they
same
do
pill?
that for the
death penalty guys?
But we're trying
huh?
not to do the death penalty. We're trying not to have a death penalty at the same time as we're trying to have people decide when they want to die.
Well, as it is now, you can pull the plug on somebody if the family agrees.
If they have a plug. Not everybody has the plug before
That's
when
true.
they want to die. I mean,
They
you
can
could
just
be
be-
in great pain
Great pain and can't breathe well and
be in great pain.
and just you're ready to give it up.
And
but,
you know that you have a disease that is terminal.
But why right? Why suffer for 8 more
It's
months?
terminal, yes.
And at great expense.
Yes. So what's next? We have to keep moving here.
Well-
Computer science not to. Oh, that's a good one too. That's a state-induced torture.
Schools
You know,
said that computer science doesn't count
as
as a math class
or a science class.
or science.
It's not
Computer science.
it's kind of computer has to do with math. Has to do with making
It's all math.
code.
Really.
Code is very important.
Yeah, algorithms.
I would think that if you've taken algebra in math, the next thing they should allow you to do is computer science, which should be counted.
Algorithms comes to the word algebra. Computers
it?
are nothing but algorithms.
Well, I don't think
Right.
if you know algebra, it doesn't mean you're going to know computer science.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
I don't know either one.
Yeah, I don't know the difference between
And
and science. We know what science is, but computers they are like more of technical math.
well, you have to know software. You have to know hardware. You
Well,
have
I
to know
guess
how
you
to
know
program. You know, it's not easy as far as I'm
No, and
concerned.
that's how you get jobs. And if you want to get rid of unemployment, the idea is to educate your populace and give them jobs that are here today, which are mostly in that field, computer.
Right.
How do you? What's that word?
Science.
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 I never took English.
But so they shouldn't discourage people from taking computer science.
We just lost our title.
Simply because it doesn't count as a math class.
Right. You should take it anyway.
And take the math. If you can do either one, you should be able to do both.
You have so much time in high school. You guys realize in high school, those of you, if you have time to watch this show, it means you have too much time in high school.
That's right.
But in high school, you have more time to do stuff than any other time in your life.
That's
Because
true.
later on, you're pretty much stuck working full time.
Unless you're unemployed living in New Mexico.
Oh, that's true. Which
Yeah.
is the state to go to if you want to be unemployed.
Right.
It's our state, man. We own it. We own unemployment here.
So let's move on because
what you can do if you have time on your hands and energy.
This weekend.
Tomorrow is the Bataan Death March, which is the 75th anniversary of when it actually occurred
in World War II.
Philippines. Not
75th
necessarily a happy anniversary, really.
It's not a happy anniversary,
But people
it's a commemorative anniversary.
Yes.
And there's still survivors of it because the reason they have it here in New Mexico at White Sands Missile Range is because most of the guys were from New Mexico National Guard, New Mexico platoons and everything. And a lot of New Mexico guys
ended up in the
lost their
Philippines.
lives, but a lot of them survived, and there's still a few survivors left, and they come every year.
If you survived a death march, you're pretty strong, I guess. And you could probably live to a long time. It is the 28th anniversary of us doing it.
Yes, I've been to it, and it's quite a thing to see people from all over the country and the world even showing up. Some march with full packs, and and it's 26 miles. It's a grueling march.
It'll
in
be
the hot sand.
It'll be pretty darn hot.
Sometimes
on
it's
Sunday.
really windy.
One thing you usually don't have to do is carry an umbrella here.
You wouldn't see too many people
No,
in
you
the
don't
death march
see any
carrying
rain.
an umbrella.
No.
Yeah, and so you don't have to participate, but you can go out there and watch.
Yeah. I think you'd had to have signed up, but you could probably just go there and get on. You'd tag along, right?
Well, I've been there. I once covered the march for Men's Health magazine.
You were in a car. This weekend also going on right now is the Las Cruces Arts Fair put on by the Doniana Arts Council. It's a yearly event. They do, a juried panel to get artists here. They look over stuff and people are approved. So they're getting stuff from all over the area. I was there Thursday morning, and they had some guy coming in from Alaska with ceramics. So there's lots of stuff there. If you get one of the flyers, you can get $1 off the ticket.
What is it, $8 to get in?
It's $8, and you can get $1 off. And
okay,
that's it. Are you going to go?
Oh, I may go.
Think
sure.
about it.
I usually go.
Well, there you go.
Why not? And
there
it's Saturday and Sunday this weekend. And
there's over 100 displays and people selling stuff.
You can buy art. You can look at art.
You can look at art.
You can buy raffle tickets.
You can schmooze with artsy people.
You can.
That's always good. So what else? What's next?
Oh, the flamenco dancers are here this weekend.
Saturday night.
Tonight. Rio Grande Theater.
Yes. So you can do that.
These are like top-notch flamenco dancers.
Oh, No Sex Please. We're British.
Closing night is tonight, and then it plays tomorrow afternoon.
And it's just up the street from the Rio Grande Theater at the Las Cruces Community Theater. It was very funny
It's
as
comedy,
a farce.
Comedy play.
Conference of the Birds opens at the Black Box Theater.
Opens this weekend. That's a style piece of which I know nothing about.
I don't know much about it either, but it looks like they might be dressed as birds, or at least wherever that picture comes from. It looks like birds. We don't know if that's an actual picture, do we?
It's of somebody else's production.
There's a Conference of the Dogs.
Yes.
You want to talk about your favorite topic?
Well,
dog adoptions.
This weekend,
today, you don't even have a dog.
Today there are dog adoptions going on.
Here, doggy.
And it's a good deal if you want to adopt a dog. They're holding it at the Walmart on Rinconada Boulevard, 3331 Rinconada Boulevard at the Walmart. And they're also taking donations for dogs, dog food, dog supplies, anything that would help a dog in captivity.
Or out of captivity.
In other words,
like searching for own food in the wild.
Yes, or somebody adopts it.
They're called coyotes.
Send him on his way with some dog food. There want people
You got
the cat litter, dog food, dog treats, toys, cleaning supplies, copy paper. This is for action programs for animals.
Yes.
So we're out of town, obviously.
Help out your dogs and help out your local arts.
We're out of town. Out of time. We'll see you next week.